Friday, March the 15th, 8:55 a.m. You know, this Georgia train wreck in Fulton County. Did it get resolved with this judge's ruling? Don't think so. Everybody may be wondering, why did the judge rule like he did? I think I know why. This actually came up in the hearing on this misconduct. Mr. Seidel was asking questions of a witness, and the judge intervened. He asked the question of that attorney Seidel. It sort of put the attorney Seidel on the defense, but his reply was, look, I can only be worried about my client, who was former President Trump. So what was talked about? What did the judge refer to? Why didn't he disqualify Fani Willis? I can tell you real easy why. Because if he would have done this, this puts every case in Fulton County, and even maybe past cases, in jeopardy. You've got murder cases, murder trials, murder convictions that would be put in jeopardy. I still think they're in jeopardy because of the wording that he's used. I've done heard some of it. He says there's an appearance of impropriety. Appearance of conflict of interest. Well, I can see some attorneys for some of these clients with pending cases. I can see them bringing this up. He should have disqualified her. But that's why he didn't do it. Because all those other cases, see, would have been suspect. Every case that she's been involved with a grand jury on would be suspect. I mean, he orders Wade's got to go. But it wasn't Wade's office. Wade didn't hire himself. She hired Wade. She went on the trips. She's not being held to account. Wade's being held to account. How about that? Was there any politics involved with this decision? I doubt it. I think it was more of the big picture of what could happen if I disqualify her. All these other cases in Fulton County would be thrown in a tailspin. Based on the word in this report, they still may be. I think the governor needs to remove her. You know, think about this. You have all the evidence showing this conflict of interest in this hearing. You have all the evidence you need to see that a conflict of interest existed, except for a confession from either Wade or Willis on when the relationship started. That's the only thing you don't have. She didn't report these gifts she got from him. She got gifts from this man. Remember, if you have to pay somebody back, you've accepted a gift. She didn't disclose this. We didn't find out any of this stuff until this filing with these allegations was launched. That ought to tell you everything you need to know. So yeah, the train wreck is still down there. Not to mention the fact the judge dismisses 6 counts. Well, what does that tell you? How often does that happen? 6 counts. So you see this lady she's all over the place, okay? She should have been disqualified. She should be kicked out of office. You could have murder trials and other felony trials that she's part of. You could have these upended. You could be wasting taxpayer dollars. You could have some guilty people that are actually guilty walk free. It's possible. That's the reason why you can't have any appearance of conflict of interest. I mean, if she's going to do this with these 18 or 17 defendants in this case, would she do it with other defendants? Wouldn't she? You wouldn't know, would you? You would never know. You would have to assume yes. She's dirty. Poor judgment. And that's not what you're supposed to be as a prosecutor. Held to a higher standard. When the jury renders that verdict of guilty on a murder charge, for example, all the T's have to be crossed and all the I's dotted. Well, if you've got Fani Willis now as part of that process, there's a lot of T's not crossed and there's a lot of I's not dotted. That's going to conclude the video.